if you run, I was saying to Cynthia and others that when I was 7 years old, my mother called us and said, let's go. Because war just broke out. We're burning places, so we ran. And we picked up the radio, got to get the radio, and the lamp, and the clothes. So I have...
Where was that?
In Uganda, right next to it. And my jeans, I have my underwear. I don't want to see my underwear. And socks, and my charger, and my notebook, my pen. I need that. So they stay in Mexico. The one. The one that Kathy mentioned was that they're keeping the Haitians. They don't even have a chance to apply for asylum. And I hate to say this, but Biden has deported more Haitians than Trump, Obama, and Bush added together. Let me say that again. It's a very sad fact that our president last night was talking passionately about Ukraine. And I thought, couldn't he feel that about Haitians? Could he? Couldn't he? That they've deported, and the figures were astounding, of how many Haitians have been deported under Title 42.
Yep.
Under Title 42? So, here we go. They've deported 20,000. 20,000 Haitians have been deported. And you know in Haiti, these murder, rape, assassinations that are going on as we speak. So as Kathy said, how come the compassion for Ukrainians not extend to Haitians? That's a real question we need to ask ourselves. How come? As of February 1st, last month, there were 20,000 Haitians reported. Every day, as of last week, planes were flying into Port-au-Prince from Laredo, Texas. Every single day. And some of them as young as 2 years old. They're being sent to Haiti. They're being sent to their death. They're being sent to rape and murder. The numbers are astounding. Title 42 has to stop now. Let's say that again. Title 42 has to stop now. Has to stop now. I don't know if it's Daniel Berrigan or Dorothy Dave. They asked him once about what you're doing doesn't help. You're just by yourself. Remember what he said or what she said? I can't remember. Dorothy Dave or Darren Berrigan said, "I'm not doing it to change them. I'm doing it so they don't change me. I'm doing it. We do this so that they don't change us. So we say, oh, Haitians, they don't matter. They can go back." I took a youth group to Pittsburgh last summer from my church and went to this Tree of Life Synagogue. I don't know if you've been there. Tree of Life Synagogue. The reason that guy shot those people was because they were Jewish, but was because they sponsored Syrian refugees. Don't forget that. That's why he posted that morning. He shot that synagogue. There were 3 synagogues that met in that building. If you've been there, there are 3 synagogues. One of them had sponsored Syrian Muslim refugee families. And he said, you are messing up my community by sponsoring these people. That's why he shot them. That's why he took the youth group there. And when you arrive, there are cards outside the synagogue written by the high school, the Parkland High School kids, telling them how they feel about these immigrants who come, because all of us are immigrants. And by the way, I don't know, Jeannie, you didn't mention Paul Farmer? Paul Farmer died last week. Paul Farmer, a friend of Paul. Yeah, Paul Farmer. We met him, we went to see him. And remember once when he airlifted a Haitian girl from Port-au-Prince, remember that? For treatment? And I think it was $70,000 something. And people say, oh, how can you do that? That's irresponsible. And he said, wouldn't you do that if it's your daughter? Wouldn't you do that if it's your child? And he did. He answered her. He shut up. So we give thanks to God for Paul Farmer. We give thanks to God for our friends. We give thanks to God for the Haitians. Let's not forget them. As we talk about children, Ukrainian children, hungering down the subways in Kiev, let's remember that we're sending these children to their death. We're sending them to their death. They're going to be raped and murdered. So my friends, and I love that, calling each other friends. Title 42 has to go. Let's say that again. Title 42 has to go. Title 42 has to go. Title 42 got to go. Title 42, we do this so they don't change us. They don't change us. So, people will say, well, you're going to that vigil again? What does it do? As Kathy told us, yes, it does. We had, Jackie told us 9 of them were, today. Yes, it does. Don't give up. So, as we say the prayer, say, thank you, forgive me for what I haven't done, and help me do better. Thank you, forgive me, and help me do better. Let's say that one more time. Thank you, forgive me, and help me do better. All of us could do better. 15,000 Haitians last week, 1,200 were deported last week, 200 children. All the adults were sent back. Title 42 has got to go. Title 42 has got to go. Title 42 has got to go. Don't give up. Thank you. Forgive me and help me do better. Thank you. Forgive me. And don't forget your backpack. That's right. I saw that ship down by the riverside. Free them all. I ain't gonna study war no more. 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 I ain't gonna study war no